The film begins with a family of three: the father, Nate, the mother, Amy, and their daughter, Lily. We see them in the car heading to their new house. On the way, the father notices something strange in the middle of the road, so he tries to avoid it quickly, and they almost get into a serious accident. They stop to check what it is and find a poor dead animal. After that, they continue on their way to the house. When they arrive, they are very happy and start exploring the house, but Lily seems uncomfortable and not pleased with the place. When Amy goes outside, she feels like someone is watching her. Suddenly, she jumps when someone knocks on the door. She asks, "Who is it?" The man replies, "Are you Amy?" and introduces himself as their neighbor, Tom, who lives with his wife, Rachel. Nate comes out and meets him. Tom tells them that his wife, Rachel, prepared it. They go inside, and later Tom asks them where they came from. Nate explains their route, and Tom says the place is very far and quite different from Brooklyn. Nate is surprised and asks, "How did you know we came from Brooklyn exactly? We don't even have the accent." Amy gets nervous and starts wondering how he knew her name without her telling him. Rachel apologizes and explains that Tom didn't mean to scare them. He used to work in the army and in counterintelligence, which is why he likes to gather information about new neighbors just to feel reassured. She pulls Tom away so he doesn't say anything else awkward and tells them they'll visit again another time. Before they leave, Nate invites them to a barbecue the next day. After they go, Amy tells her husband, "I don't feel comfortable about these people." Nate replies, "You're just imagining things. They seem nice and respectful." The next day, during the barbecue, the neighbors gather. Amy starts meeting other people but keeps an eye on Tom and Rachel because they are standing near her daughter. A neighbor named Dylan tells Amy that those neighbors are a bit strange and somewhat jealous. He adds that Tom changed a lot after returning from the army, and his wife Rachel is also odd and even encourages his behavior. He also mentions that he saw Rachel walking around their house late at night, which makes Amy even more worried. She goes to her daughter and moves her away from them. Nate then invites Tom and Rachel to eat, but Rachel politely refuses and says, "Maybe another time." Nate wants to sit with Tom and hear his stories about criminals. When he goes to greet him, Tom notices a mark on Nate's hand and asks about it. Nate says it's just an old burn from a gas stove back in college, but Tom replies, "That looks more like a gunshot wound." After the party was over, Nate suggested to Amy that they go for a walk in the forest, but their daughter Lily suddenly showed up and scared them, asking them to fix the internet. Amy pulled her and said, "Come with us. Let's take a walk in the forest." While they were walking, they heard the voices of their neighbors, Tom and Rachel. Amy wanted to listen to what they were saying, but she accidentally stepped on a trap on the ground. Luckily, it didn't close completely on her. Tom came running and carefully freed her from the trap. Amy got angry and shouted at them, "Why are you putting these traps here?" Tom replied, "This is our property, and you're the one who entered it." Amy told them that they were dangerous people and asked them to stay away from her family. They went back home, and during dinner, Nate brought out a necklace and a ring as gifts to celebrate the new house, and they were very happy. But suddenly, they heard helicopters flying over the house. Lily found a message saying that a prison transport truck had crashed near them and that a dangerous prisoner had escaped and was breaking into houses. Nate said it was impossible for the criminal to reach them, but Amy got very scared, and they decided to leave the area until he was caught. On the way, they found the police blocking the road. Nate told them they were afraid and wanted to leave, but the police reassured them and said the situation was under control, and the safest place for them right now was their house. So they went back home, still frightened. In the middle of the night, Amy heard the sound of glass breaking. She woke her husband up. Nate grabbed a baseball bat and started shouting, "If I catch you, I swear I'll make you regret it." When he went downstairs, he found that the house had really been broken into. Amy followed him and stepped on broken glass. They called the police, and the officer told them that someone would be sent to protect them. A little later, they heard knocking on the door. Amy got scared, but Nate told her the criminal wouldn't knock and ask for permission to enter. Amy was worried because her husband was injured, so she took a knife and went downstairs herself to see who it was. She found their neighbors, Rachel and Tom. They came with a shotgun and said they had heard the noise and came to check on them. Rachel invited them to go to their house because they had a very safe underground shelter. Nate agreed because he was worried about his family, and even though Amy wasn't comfortable with the idea, she had no choice but to agree when she saw how scared her daughter was. They went down to the shelter and found a fully equipped house underground. Rachel told them, "Once this door is closed, no one can get in, no matter who they are." In the middle of the night, Amy woke up feeling uneasy. She went to Tom's office to get a drink, and she was shocked. She found pictures of herself and her family there. She remembered that Tom had said he had looked them up on the internet, so she asked him about the Wi-Fi, but he told her, "There's no Wi-Fi here." She realized he was lying because she had seen the things he had opened on the computer. The next day, Lily was walking around the storage room and noticed a lot of food. She also found a locked box, and her curiosity made her want to open it. but Amy suddenly stopped her and said, "That's not polite. We are guests here." Then she told her to go upstairs and help her father pack their things. Amy found a teddy bear lying on the ground. She picked it up to put it back in its place, but to her shock, she found blood on it and even a bullet hole. A moment later, she heard a noise. She quickly put it down and hid. Tom came in, talking to his wife, but he felt that someone was there. He looked around but didn't see anything. Then he opened a box full of bullets and weapons and took out a gun. Amy was terrified, hiding and barely breathing. Later on, they left the shelter, and Rachel told them, "If you need anything, just call us." As soon as they got back home, they found a message from the police saying they had checked the house and found nothing. Lily asked her mother if something was wrong. Amy said, "No," but she was clearly nervous. Lily suggested going out for a walk, but Amy refused, so Lily went out alone. While walking, Amy noticed that their neighbor Dylan's car door was open. She found it strange, so she went inside the house to check. That's when she was shocked to find Dylan and his wife dead. Just as she was about to scream, someone came from behind and covered her mouth. It was Tom. He tried to calm her down and told her that he had sent Rachel to bring her husband and daughter to their place. He asked her to return quickly to the shelter. Amy, after seeing death with her own eyes, agreed without thinking. When she got back to the shelter, Lily asked her, "What's wrong?" At first, Amy snapped at her, but then she hugged her tightly, crying, and said, "Now we're safe." In the middle of the night, Amy got up and went into Tom's office. She started searching through his papers and discovered that he had lied to her. There was Wi-Fi there. She was even more shocked when she found surveillance cameras pointed at the neighbors' houses. When she tried to check what had happened, she found that the videos had been deleted. As she kept searching, she discovered that he really had worked in secret operations. Suddenly, she heard him coming, so she quickly put everything back and pretended she was just looking for something. Tom told her he had heard a noise upstairs and went to check. In the morning, Amy talked to her husband Nate and told him that something strange was going on and that he hadn't noticed anything. She said, "How did they hear the sound of glass breaking in our house when the distance is so far? Isn't that strange?" She also revealed that Tom was at Dylan's house the day they were found dead and that he was highly trained and knew how to observe without being seen. Nate told her that he had noticed all of this too, but there must be another explanation, something other than a conspiracy theory. The next day, Lily asked Amy if the police had caught the criminal or if he was still out there. Amy told her she would talk to Tom during dinner, and if he didn't tell her the truth, they would leave the place. She agreed with her daughter on a plan. Lily would pretend to be in pain so Amy could sneak into Tom's office. At dinner time, Amy noticed that Tom seemed a bit distant. She asked him if he had heard anything on the radio, and he replied, "Nothing." Amy acted like she was serving him food, but accidentally spilled it on him, dirtying his clothes. Meanwhile, Lily drank a mixture that Amy had taken from the storage, just as her mother instructed, to give herself a stomachache. Soon, Lily started screaming in pain, and Rachel quickly took her to the bathroom. At that moment, Amy took the opportunity to sneak away and steal a key from the office. Later, she sat with Lily, reassured her that the plan worked, and promised her that by tomorrow they would be back home. Nate came in and asked what was going on. Amy told him that Lily wanted to leave because these people were dangerous, but Nate got angry and said, "These people fed us, took care of us, and protected us, and now you're calling them dangerous?" He told her to go apologize to them. That night, Amy heard Tom talking to someone on the radio. She quietly sneaked closer to listen. She heard him saying, "You need to come quickly. This family is starting to suspect something, and if you don't come tomorrow, I'll do something you won't like." Amy was shocked and had no idea what he was planning. A moment later, Tom got irritated with his radio and turned it on normally. That's when Amy heard the news. The escaped criminal had already been caught a while ago. Tom quickly stepped out to check if anyone had heard, but Amy hid before he could see her. Now she was sure these neighbors were hiding something very dangerous. She took the key, opened the locked box in the storage, and grabbed a weapon. She told Lily to quickly pack her things, but then she heard Tom talking to her husband, and he sounded angry at him. She came out holding the weapon and told her husband that she had tried to convince him, but he was being stubborn. She told Tom what she had heard on the radio. Tom was shocked, and Rachel said to him, "You couldn't even wait until they were asleep?" Rachel kept calming Amy down until she distracted her and made her drop the weapon. Nate quickly picked it up. Rachel then said to Amy, "You're not safe with your husband." Amy was confused and asked, "What do you mean?" Tom replied that her husband was the real danger. He admitted that he was the one who entered their house the night the glass broke because he was looking for evidence. Tom revealed that he had obtained Nate's military record and knew he had served in the war. That's where the wound on his hand came from. He shocked her even more by saying that everywhere Nate goes, murders happen. Amy didn't want to believe it, but Tom told her, "You were a top lawyer. think about the facts." She replied that he had no proof and she wouldn't believe such accusations. Then came the big twist. Tom said that Nate was a serial killer who takes a souvenir from each victim. He asked her, "Doesn't he always bring you a lot of jewelry?" Amy was stunned. She started connecting the dots and remembered the necklace he had given her. Tom continued and asked, "Do you remember that person who used to follow you and scare you some time ago?" Tom continued talking and shocked Amy. He told her that the man who used to harass and scare her some time ago was killed shortly after Nate found out about him. Nate got nervous and started threatening Tom with a gun to make him stop. But Tom went on and said that the police had found that man murdered in a brutal way, and it clearly looked like a personal revenge. Amy turned to Nate, completely shocked, and said, "Say something, deny it." But the real shock was that Nate couldn't even look her in the eyes. That's when she realized everything Tom said was true. Throughout the whole film, she had been suspicious of the neighbors. But in the end, her own husband was the real criminal. She asked him if he was really killing people. He coldly replied that he was just protecting her. When she asked if he was the one who killed their neighbor Dylan and his wife, he shamelessly answered, "That Dylan guy had bad intentions. The way he looked at you, I didn't like it." Amy was completely stunned. Tom said to Nate, "Are you satisfied now? You've ruined everything," and asked Amy to let him handle the situation with the neighbors for just 2 minutes. In the middle of this chaos, Lily walked in. Nate grabbed her and pulled her with him. Rachel tried to hand the gun to Tom, but Nate noticed and threatened them. Then he took his daughter and ran away. Amy was losing her mind over her daughter. But Rachel calmed her down and told her there was another secret exit they could use. Tom wanted to go after Nate, but Rachel refused because he was injured, and she showed Amy the way instead. Nate was running away with his daughter, who had no idea what was happening. As soon as they reached the car, Amy started shooting at him. Nate told her he knew she wouldn't kill him, and that he never wanted to harm her or their daughter like he did with the others. As she kept shooting, he ran off and left them behind. Amy rushed to her daughter, reassured her, and said, "Trust me and go back to the shelter quickly. Tom and Rachel are good people. They'll take care of you." Then Amy went after that man who had fooled them all. He suddenly attacked her again, trying to overpower her. He begged her to start a new life with him, but she refused. She tried to escape, but he caught her and started beating her. At that moment, she noticed that a trap was nearby. Just before he could finish her, Lily hit him with a tree branch, and Amy pushed him, causing him to fall right into the trap. Finally, the police arrived and arrested Nate. Amy went to her neighbors, hugged them, and thanked them for everything. Rachel told her sadly, "We ruined your life," but Amy replied, "On the contrary, you opened my eyes. It was only a matter of time before I found out the truth." Tom apologized to her and said, "If you ever need anything, we're here." In the end, Amy went to her daughter and reassured her that they would always stay together and start a new life. Don't forget to leave a like. Tell me your opinion about this ending in the comments, and see you in the next movie. Thanks for watching.